Douglas here. Today we're going to do a pecan pie. This is a request from one of my students. So I've been promising this recipe to her for quite a while. All right, so our ingredients, we have 3 eggs. These are large size eggs. We have about 3/4 cups of corn syrup, or 150 mils. We have vanilla extract, about 1 teaspoon. We have 1/4 cup of pecans. Now to divide these, you want to do basically a quarter. So you're going to just do like that. Okay, so one more time. So you just quarter them. Okay. All right, we also have a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of melted butter, and our pie crust. All right, so we'll roll this out to do a pre-bake, and we'll mix everything together, pour it in, and then bake. All right, so we'll do that from now. Okay, so now for our filling, I'm going to start with 3 eggs. So these are large eggs. Okay, double check to make sure you have not gotten any pieces of egg in there. Everything looks okay. Place that in your mixing bowl. Okay, next I'm going to put my 1/2 cup of sugar. Now, this recipe actually called for much more sugar, but American desserts are pretty sweet, so yeah, they're sweet. So I reduced my sugar here in Japan for the folks here. I do recommend that you reduce the sugar. I think it makes a better pie, actually. If it's too sweet, it can just really overpower the pie, in my opinion. So let's give this a mix. Now, if you don't have a mixer at home, you can certainly do this by hand. That's no problem. All right, so we're going to give this a little mix. This is my melted butter. This is 1/3 cup, or 60 mils, roughly, of butter. So add that. Okay. Now, a little trick. Corn syrup in Japan is very, very thick. So what I've done here is I buttered this measuring cup. I've put butter in there, and I've placed it in some hot water, and this will help it loosen up just a little bit. When I add it to this mixture here, it should come out relatively easy. All right, so I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to lay it on the side like so. Make sure all the sugar and everything is mixed so far. Everything's looking good. Okay, now I'm going to use my rubber spatula to remove this. All right, so we're going to wipe the water off. This looks still a little bit thick, but we'll make it work. So as you see, it comes right out. So this is about 3 1/4 cup. You could reduce this a little bit more if you want to 2/3 cup. But I find that the 3/4 cup works quite well. That's 150 mils. All right, so we're gonna wipe that here. Wipe your sides a little bit. All right, we're gonna save this. We'll use that in a few minutes. All right, we're gonna give this another mix. Let that go slowly for just a few minutes. All right, so we'll come back once I find that this is mixed well enough. Okay, so I feel like this has mixed pretty well. The corn syrup has mixed in pretty nicely, it looks like. Now, if it hasn't mixed all the way, we can make that a little bit better in a few minutes. Now I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon or 5 mils of vanilla extract. Now, this is my own homemade vanilla extract. I have whole beans with alcohol here. I've used this for years and it's very, very good flavor vanilla extract. So I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon. Okay, let that mix just a little bit more. Now, this shouldn't take too long. From the time I added the corn syrup to the eggs and egg, sugar, butter, it's been roughly 5 minutes. So this does not take long to mix. Okay, now I can feel that there's not any thick corn syrup in there. It feels pretty good. Okay, and I'm not seeing any stick here either. So that looks good. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is add our pecans. All right, so a lot of people will add this to the pie. Once you pour it into the pie pan, the mixture here, they'll pour this on top. I like to cover my pieces in this mixture. So now I will use my rubber spatula again. Make sure that that's well mixed together like so. These will, pecan pieces will caramelize nicely. Now if I see any corn syrup sticking or very thick, I will mix just a little bit more. So this looks good. This is a very, very simple dessert to make. Once you've made it a few times, you can do this in just a few minutes, actually. It takes no time whatsoever to put this together. Cooking time also is very short, so you can have a very nice dessert in a short time. Okay, so once our pie sheet is all ready, I will add this to the cooked pie crust. Or pre-cooked pie crust, and then we'll bake that for roughly 45 minutes, and I'll give you more details on the cooking time and so forth. Okay, so we have our pre-baked pie crust. So be real careful when you remove this. Just go very slowly. Peel the paper back. Grab the corners here. And slowly lift out, just like so. So as you can see, we're baked pretty well. You don't want a real color in the bottom, just lightly cooked in the bottom is what you're looking for. All right, so now we're going to add our mixture. So give that a little bit more mix. Pour directly. Okay, Okay, now what I like to do is try to even this out. I will, now be careful, this is very hot, but just give it a little shake, like so. So that everything is, sometimes you'll have pecans that will stick to the bottom. And if you do this, they'll all kind of float to the top there. So that looks pretty good. Now something else I like to do, I like to get some of this edge here with our mixture. So I'll actually do a circular motion so that it'll get some caramelization on the edges here, just a little bit. Okay, I'll give it a little bit more shake. And that looks pretty good. All right, so we will bake this at 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. Now you want to check this about at the 35-40 minute mark and make sure that it's not burning. Now, Japan has very small ovens. I'm lucky I have a very large oven, so I don't have to worry about burning so much. But if you find that your pecan pie is cooking too quickly, you can just simply tear some aluminum foil and just lightly cover the top. That will keep it from burning. That works very, very well. So once you've reached the color that you like, even if it's at 25 or 30 minutes, just take a little piece of foil, make sure it covers the whole entire pie pan, and just lightly cover the top, and that will control your coloring, and also to keep it from burning. All right, so we'll place this in the oven, and when we come back, we'll see the finished product. All right. Okay, so the lady behind the camera today, my wife Kazumi, say hi.
Hello?
Are you nervous?
No.
No? Oh, I was very nervous today.
This is a second take, so.
All right, so the pie has come out of the oven, and Kazumi will have a cut and give it a try. So this is the finished product, pecan pie. All right, let's cut a little piece and give it a try. So this pie has been cooling for probably about 2 hours now. Makes it a little bit easier when you have to cut. Now the first cut always comes out kind of rough. This one's coming out pretty nicely.
About tip.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a little try.
Yay. I love pecan pie.
How is it? Good. Describe
Not
the.
quick. I really like this part.
The crust.
Crust.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself. Good.
Flaky.
Very flaky. Good. Flavor's good. Good.
I need a coffee.
All right. So that's our pecan pie. Please give it a try, and I'm sure you will definitely like it. This is a very good pie. One of the favorites at my cafe here in Japan. All right, Cosmo, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.